What's up, Bob?
Hey,
Morning, guys. Good.
So normally we don't walk around with coffee in our hands on film, but today we're kind of previewing some of our new programs and things we want to support all of our distributors and our friends in the car business. So you detail shop owners, you the auto body shop guys, with some programs we think are kind of cool and are going to really help you grow your market by being the expert in your market and building a community of car enthusiasts in your market. So we're kind of in the cars and coffee mode. Kyle and Sydney are kind of at our first station. So Brendan, let's jump on over here and kind of visit with them about a program that I think is really cool.
Hey, welcome to the Park and Shine.
Sydney.
So cool thing, Park and Shine. We kind of played on the PNS. So let's talk a little about Park and Shine, Kyle and Rennie. I mean, what's the goal here?
Well, you know, for most of my career, I had a lot of success and fun with bringing car people together. And, you know, if you're a professional detail shop, there's nothing better than having people at your facility. If you're mobile, there's nothing better than attending one of these things. And if you're a serious car person, there's nothing better than taking your ride down somewhere and joining like-minded people, grabbing some Joe and enjoying yourself. So our Park and Shine is really designed to bring people together. And believe it or not, it's even something that we can do right now with COVID's happening, because the nature of cars, guess what? We can put some distance between us and safely come together. Now, at each one of these locations, we may even be changing things up to where at some of the Park and Shines that you come to is that we might put on small mini classes for car clubs and so forth. At other ones, it's just going to be about the camaraderie of those of us that love automobiles.
And, you know, Kyle, you and I have done a few of these in different places. Sydney and I did one recently with one of our distribution partners. But these can be done anywhere with any group of folks. So if you're a mobile guy, you know, get with a Cars and Coffee event. There's large Cars and Coffee events all over the country. If you have your own shop, small shop, maybe that's a chance to do the education part of it. Or if you have a parking lot, and if you got a parking lot, you got a place for cars, have a mini car show, which is kind of a park and shop.
Oh, yeah.
So there's lots of opportunity, and, you know, size really is not an issue. You just have to kind of tailor it to what you have available for facility.
You know, one of the most, the coolest events where this concept really kind of got its start was down in Orange County. And they just did it out of a parking lot. They got permission. They went to somebody that was a company that was really into cars, and it just took off. And at any given time, you'd have amazing cars, amazing people, celebrities, and everything else. So these things can be a wide range from, you know, 5, 6, a half dozen cars up to hundreds of cars, depending on how you market it and so forth. But it's PNS's attempt to just bring the car community together and just have a good time. That's what it comes down to.
And debut the detailer that hosts it as the expert in their community.
Absolutely.
And that's where I see this really, PNS giving that support to them so they can build up the enthusiasts that want to maintain their car, but also that brings them business, and they are going to be sought after.
Absolutely. You know, I think one of the things that as a professional, why we started hosting these things back 20-something years ago was that I love cars. I mean, that's what brought most of us into detailing. And the simple fact is that when I got to see some amazing rides, be around them, touch them, and sit there and mix with people, communicate with people, is not only did it take and help build my business, but it helped build relationships in the community where I became known as the go-to guru for detailing. And it's a lot of fun.
And Sydney has firsthand experience on how this would
She's
work.
kind of taking this and put it on steroids.
It's a little different
You know?
level, isn't it, Sydney?
Yeah. So I've done a local car show in Boise for the last 6 years. It's been great. It's grown every year. Just in the last couple of years, started integrating kind of more the detail aspect. You know, people have found out that I'm a detailer. And I really focus on bringing other people from the community in. So car builders, painters, you know, things like that. I try to reach out to some of the other car related guys in the industry and just bring everybody together. And this year, we didn't totally let it go down the drain. These two guys came and helped me do, and we just turned it into a cruise. And I mean, have you ever seen so many happy faces? Like, they were so excited. And so we all met in the parking lot and took them out and drive together, and it was great.
Yeah, it was awesome to watch even from afar.
Yeah, it was so cool.
And
What
so
did we
you're-
get for cars at that event?
We had 68, 67, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
What do you normally have at your event?
Well, we cap it, so 125.
Okay.
We're going to hope to expand it next year, but we are limited on parking space, and so, but we had over half of our registered participants show up for the cruise, which I thought was awesome. But it just brings everybody together. It gets, you know, the detailer's name out there. You get to talk about different car care. You know, even if it's just being able to touch those guys with cars like this and making sure that, you know, they have all the tools to take care of them properly. You know, that can be really satisfying. And
And
guys
you
getting
have,
together with
you
their
have every
cars is awesome.
demographic. I think that's
Yeah.
the cool thing about the car show
Oh
too.
yeah.
We see it at McCall's because we go every year, except for this year.
Yeah.
But you know that it's a really emblematic event. You get people from such diverse backgrounds,
Yeah.
and they come together, and they come around one thing: their love of just a really cool machine. You know, and whether that's an airplane in McCall's case, because they bring some of those in too. But it's all about the machines and the uniqueness, and you never know who's got a car stashed
Oh,
in their
boy,
garage
no lie.
that you think of, oh, that guy's just an accountant, he's kind of boring, and then he's got a car like this, and next door is the guy who's the grease monkey. You think, oh, he's going to have an old Nova, and he turns around and he's got himself a Porsche like that, and you're like, dude, you never would have known. But bringing those people together and seeing their interaction, which I thought was cool at your event.
Well, one of my,
Mustang guys all gravitated. It was like a thing, you know?
one of my goals, you just hit it. One of my favorite guys in the world is Gordon McCall. And Gordon, I'm going to challenge you right now. Is I would love to come up and just on a Saturday morning host a park and shine with you, because I love to see him. You want to see somebody work a parking lot of cars, or the greens of a car, or an entire jet center. This dude can work it, and he knows so much. I'm just a sponge. So Gordon, if you're watching, if not, I'm going to send you a message, because I mean, to do a park and shine with him around, would that be cool or what? But you know, find the Gordon McCalls of your area. We really designed this to help you, the detailer, the shops, everything. Really, there's no restraints. We've got a whole marketing package that we're putting together to help you be successful. And we're doing it because, well, we want to get our name and recognition out there, but we really want to help the car community come together and all of you be more and more successful. So there's the guts behind it.
I think 2021 is going to be perfect for that,
Yeah,
because people are going to want to get out and show off those cars,
yeah.
you know, and show all the work they've been doing in their garage this whole time. But the park and shine doesn't have to be on a Saturday morning either.
Oh,
It could be a Friday night, you know,
yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
Depends. That's what it's not limiting just to coffee.
Question. So I think the hardest thing for detailers or anybody that wants to host an event is, how do they get started, right? So everyone always thinks, well, you know, my event's too small, right? There is no event you have to start with a small event. So Sydney, how did you start your event? I mean, obviously 125 cars, that's huge. These guys are like, well, I can never do 125 cars.
Yeah.
So can I get started with 2 cars?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is like, reach out to your inner circle, you know, get a couple people that are interested, and then have them start inviting their friends, inviting more people. But I mean, even 10 to 25 cars.
Oh, it's fun.
That's
It's great.
So fun. So fun.
We started out is that you scan over, it's my Chevelle over there. I'm also a Porsche guy. And so we took a look at these guys. So my first one is I invited a couple of my buddies over. I said, this is a concept that we want to do. And we had 3 of us show up on a Saturday morning. We had some donuts. And we just sat there and shot it for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then we're out of there. Well, guess what? The next month we had 9.
Yeah.
And then the next month we had 25.
Yeah.
Then key is how to do this. I love that you brought this up, Bob, is go to your car clubs.
Yeah.
And they love, car clubs are kind of cliquish, or can be. They like to be unique, and they like to be offered something unique only to them. So offer to bring them in to a park and shine that's built just for them, maybe on a Thursday night or a Tuesday night, something like that. And you know what? Give them a little lecture on the proper way to wash and the proper rag company towels to use, and different P&S products to use, and all these different things that you can add value, but you know what? You're seeing everybody, oh man, you're showing them how to detail. No, you're not. You're showing them how to properly take care of their vehicle until you detail it. And in that, you're going to be the local guru, and you're going to be a hero. Be friends with people. Be friends with people.
It's the same way you grew your business. You know, for most guys who are detailing cars, your word of mouth has been what spread it. You only need 3 or 4 of those people that first time, and it'll grow. I mean,
Yeah.
Sydney, I think half of those people at your car show were your customers. It felt like it because everybody I talked to was, oh, I got to get my car overseas.
Yeah, maybe not a customer, but maybe a friend
or
or
a
fan.
fan.
Or a fan.
A wannabe customer,
Yeah.
because Sydney doesn't let them all in.
There's a cap on that too. So you
It's like a speakeasy. You got to go to her shop. You got to knock on the door. This little window opens up. Password. Nope, wrong one. You know, it's close.
Is your car clean?
Because I really don't want to detail that hard.
Right. No, but definitely use social media. I mean,
Yeah.
all these car clubs and car, groups, they will let you in, and then you just say, hey guys, this is the first weekend I'm doing this, but I just want to get some of us together, and then the other thing too is, have you guys ever noticed if there's 4 or 5 nice cars like this parked in a parking lot, people will just stop.
Ooh,
They just
come
stop.
in.
So go find somewhere public, right off, the main road. Like a lot of people do them they do it at like Freddy's in Boise. I don't know what.
Yeah. Yeah. Here is
In and out, whatever. And people will see all those cars and they'll just naturally the birds of a feather.
So it's funny because we took and here there's a little coffee place that launched, right?
Yeah.
And so they came by one day and saw it at our old shop, and they go, hey man, can you host one of these in our parking lot one day? You don't need to take and have a shop. You just need to get creative. And a lot of times you can go to supermarkets and so forth and say, hey, can I just have like 20 of these spots out here? And this is what we're going to do. We're going to get up and thank you. We're going to send people into your business. And guess what they'll do? They'll say, please. They'll want it back. All of a sudden you'll have people competing to have you post them at their location.
Yeah.
So great point.
So what are some of the resources that we're going to give to these Park and Shine sponsors? Who they're doing?
Well, number
Look at
one,
that. Look at that.
Exactly.
this is an insert sign, and we haven't finalized all the graphics, but there's been discussion about potentially be able to send this file with kind of the parameters of what the printout is to a customer where they can get their own logo inserted at the base and have it produced. We are going to sell the frames here. We'll probably have a stock version of this that we can also provide. But these are customizable. We'll just send you the graphic stuff. You send it to your sign guy. He or she can put in your logo and have it made. They're double-sided, so that's cool. We will do a little bit of a one-sheet type program where we will outline, some ideas to build it. The other thing is, and don't forget, you have P&S distributors in your neighborhood. And I want to tie this together, is that don't just think about the guys who are in the cars. Think about the other detailers in your neighborhood. And when I say neighborhood, your town, your community, whatever it is, 3 or 4 detailers together with 3 or 4 customers who are there who have a cool car. Now we got a dozen cars, so it can go real quickly. So take advantage of that network with your P&S distributor locally, and engage with them as well.
I mean, and not to give a resource is, we created that sign this week, basically, or last week on signs.com. And it was like $60 to have 2 signs done.
Right. And
Whole thing. You could do it easy.
We love to promote us, but if you can imagine putting your own image in here, is
Right.
that we want to help promote you in your local community. The other thing that you can do to this is, I'm really big about putting deposits back into your community. You can think about doing fundraisers for we're really big into our local animal shelter, into our zoo, because our local little zoo is also a kind of working hospital for wild animals. And so don't think about what you're going to take out of it. Also think about what you can put into it. So you could go to them and say, hey, here's what we want to host. And at one point you could charge $20 a car, and 100% of the proceeds goes to that organization. So think out of the box, think with your heart, and then also think about growing your own brand within your community.
Yeah, I mean, heck, you could host that event at the animal shelter.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool would that be? They might get an adoption.
That's where we found Keith, believe it or not, is we found him at the shelter. We were able to bring him into our team. So
Yeah. We,
I
we
need
do
a lot of
that.
help.
Yeah, we do that at ours, and we've done the animal shelter several times, and we have them bring the animals to our.
Oh, dang, that's so cool.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
awesome. Yeah.
problem with that is I'd adopt them all. I've already got a
Well, that's the
farm.
point.
You know what I'm saying? I would adopt them all.
I think Rob picked that up on the way in.
They were barking at me. I was walking in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's good. They're all family, right? So it's
So we'll be coming out with these resources and this information soon, early 2021, and getting that process started. Right?
not only that, but we're gonna have some signups for some cool events. I'm gonna host some here. I'm sure you're gonna do it. Probably all of us.
Yeah.
And we'll actually take, for anybody that's interested, we'll just go ahead and make it available to where you can watch how we do it, kind of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just a fun time. And so we're going to give you the support. We really want to see this grow, and we want to see you guys grow. So it's something really fun.
I like it.
So, Chris, do we have? I'm hollering off the camera. Sorry, Chris. Do we have any questions from the crowd?
No question.
Cool.
Bill says he wants a sign.
Cool.
We can make that
I could give you a sign right now, Bill. You want me to give you a sign right now? Am I allowed to do that? I'm not.
No,
Sorry,
you're
Bill.
not.
Okay, I'll give you a hug instead, Bill. So, well, I think with that, then, hey, if you do have any questions, reach out to our team. This is something that man's been heavy on my heart. Bob, how long have I been talking about this?
Oh,
Well, I mean,
4 years.
Yeah, pretty much since we launched Double Black. And so this is something that I really want to see take off for us. I think that it could really help a lot of people, and it'd be a heck of a lot of fun. If you are going to host one of these things and you're in Southern California or Northern California or Idaho or Oregon, San Diego, Orange County, Corona, let us know, because we'll get team members there to support you if we can. It's not a promise, but we'll definitely try to do it. So anything else, guys?
Well, I want to say, this is one of those things we talked about last night on our late night. So if you didn't watch that, check out that video. We're reposting it. This is a positive way that you can affect your community. There's been so much negativity. This is a great way to put some positive back into the world. As Randy likes to say, put a deposit in instead of taking a withdrawal, and build some community and have some fun, and reach out and just do something that's great and fun that we're all enthusiastic about. So take advantage of that opportunity. Go out, have some fun, build some community. And if you got questions, if you have challenges, reach out to us. Let us know what those things are, and we will certainly try and help you out.
All right, man. Well, we got to get you back to the shelter. So
Right.
let's go ahead and get out of here. So we got to take you to the groomer first. Get
Yeah.
that groomed, and
Yeah.
we'll go from there. So, hey, everybody, thanks a lot for tuning in. And
We'll
again,
see them at
yeah.
9:30.
yeah, we got another. What's that one going to be on?
We're going to
Yeah,
be
tune in to
finishing
find out.
what we started
Yep.
on Tuesday. We're going to be wrapping up those same products.
So what is that?
So we're going to be working with natural finish
a
on
cool
an
product.
interior. We're going to use wipe and shine on some pretty nice wheels. You're going to be doing the window with view glass coating,
Cool. Right on.
and we'll be using paint gloss.
Cool.
And then
And
we're going to wrap that up with, we're going to close out 2020's year with our 12 and 12 tour products. We're going to review those, because next year is all about build community, and kind of that's the new theme for next year, is to build community, bring people together. This year's theme was 12 and 12, and let's really bring some new products to the market. So Dave Phillips is here,
Cool.
and he and I are going to go over and talk about all the new products from this year and kind of close out the year.
And then tonight, one of the most important things is that at 4:00, man, we got
you
a
gotta be on
panel.
that one.
I mean, I can't believe I've got the presence. I mean, I've got the Ken doll himself that's going to be on with me. We're going to talk to Ken. Barbie couldn't make it right now.
Barbie's here.
I can give you a
Oh, you know
sign.
what? Yeah, Barbie is here. Never mind.
Oh,
And so, but we've got just an amazing panel that I'm blown away. So make sure to tune in at 4:00 Pacific time today. That's going to be a lot of fun. So
that's going to be a great panel.
Industry super
Hey, if you guys want to take a last minute question, Mike Patello asked about any tips for approaching businesses to do this kind of thing during COVID times.
I would say that, tell them, lead in with the fact that it's going to bring some positive energy to their area, and that you're going to limit it, and you're going to social distance,
and they're going to be outdoors.
and they're going to be outdoors. And it just brings some really positive things to the community that's really needed right now. Everybody's kind of amped up and a little edgy and so forth. So I would put the happy spin to it.
Yeah.
You know, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I completely agree. The other thing is we did a little bit of a guideline for this week's event for us. We certainly can put that in the packet of a suggested guide thing that you can take to them and say, here are the countermeasures we're going to put in. Everybody needs to wear a mask. We'll have hand sanitizer available, those kind of things. They're really simple steps, and they can overcome a lot of those fears or questions that a business might have. So that's certainly a resource we'll help provide when we do
There
our
you go.
And one last thing, Gordon McCall says he's ready to host one at Monterey Motorsports.
Oh! Gorgeous, you made my day.
Hey, you know, how we were talking about too small. What's really interesting is think of Gordon's event. That
Yeah.
started with 3 cars.
Yeah. Wow, Gordon.
Just
you
about
made my
30 years
day.
ago.
Wow. Well, that'd be cool. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then I gotta get a new car.
One last thing, did we
training
talk about the
Chanel.
Q&A tomorrow?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., right?
Okay.
You get the entire team PNS around a table, open Q&A. You get to ask us anything.
No holds barred.
Yeah, so
whatever
don't
you
miss
wanna
that.
ask.
It's full Q&A.
You guys want to
the whole
ask what
team.
shampoo I
Yep.
use? You know, it's completely. I'll share that information.
Yeah, so don't miss that tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific. What would that be, 11?
11
I'm
Eastern
sorry.
time. And
At this point in the week, I'm not going to
Yeah.
try to do the math. You
Watch
know?
for the live.
Yep. All right, guys. We out of here.
We're outta
here.
All right,
We'll
man.
see you
Thanks a
in
lot.
half an hour.
See ya.